All right, so she raked out all the big stuff, and I'll fix this up here. She raked out all the big stuff, the piles, and then I went back through again with the leaf blower and cleaned it out. It looks like a tornado hit. This place looks like a shithole. I'm gonna have to hire some people to come here and rake all this up. So this is the front of the trailer, and I did everything up to the front. And blew it out the front here and blew it out the sides. The plastic is all messed up under there. Well, what's happened has been the gutters. It's all stemmed with the rain gutters. So the rain gutters on this place were never cleaned. As a result, the water ran down the siding and was actually running probably in the wall until somebody put up this drip edge, which was a great idea. But right along here, but a little, too late. So the water ran into the siding, which is now soft, and then it all the way along the edge. See how the insulation's dropping? It got in the walls and the floor and the insulation and dropped the insulation away. That being said, that thing is. I got a big job on my hands. This corner right here, all the insulation is literally dropped out of the floor. There's nothing there. Totally explains why this place was freezing in the winter. There's big gaping areas with no insulation, just bare floorboard. So my goal now is to start on one end of this thing and go a section at a time and fix it section at a time. I first have to get underneath there and spread out all the vapor barrier in the front and get it all pinned down. I bought landscaping staples. Get it all pinned down so it's actually doing something. Sorry. Everything's full of shit. So it's actually doing something and preventing moisture from the ground from coming up. And then I have to go to each one of these sections that's drooping and make a determination. Do I cut out the affected section and put new insulation in its place and then seal it up? Or do I push up the old insulation, fill in the gaps, and seal it up? That's to be determined. Now, underneath there in some certain sections, there's a really good idea foil. It's like a foil insulation. It's real thin, but it's got reflective qualities. So if a guy can take, my idea is to push the existing insulation up after I filled the cavities, staple this foil to the cardboard that's holding up the insulation, if I can salvage it. Then put chicken wire on the top of on the underside of that to keep the rats and the mice and stuff from chewing up into the insulation like they've done already. And also, it'll really be strong as far as holding it up. Hold that chicken wire up with wood slats that go across and get screwed into the actual floor joist. Once I do that, this place will be bulletproof under there. Not only that, but that foil, if I get a couple rolls of that foil, it will actually brighten it up under there. So if I put lighting under there, which I want to do a couple of shop lights, once you flip the lights on, the place will light up like daytime. That's my plan. On top of getting some sort of wood heat in here for the winter. All before the snow flies. And we're sliding into October. So the underside, of course, is pressing. What I did do is I took the heat tape that was on the sewer line. It was just hanging. It was held up by electrical tape in every like 4 feet, so it wasn't even making contact with the pipe. I don't know how it didn't freeze. So I took foil tape and I pushed the heat tape right up tight to the pipe, and then ran a strip of foil tape the whole length of the pipe to hold it tight to the pipe. And then I tested the heat tape, make sure it worked, and it does work. So that's a beautiful thing. So the sewer's done. I will probably undo the shit show that is the water line and redo it my way, all nice and neat, so I can sleep at night knowing that's done as well. I know that heat tape works because it actually comes up into the house where that water heater room is, and when I put my hand on the tape, it's warm, so I know it's working. It's just a real hodgepodge mess under there. It's done with split foam pipe insulation and then electrical tape, and all the electrical tape's coming off and unwrapped, and it looks like ass. So I'll probably redo that and use foil tape, which will also have some reflective qualities for cold. So yeah, the journey goes on, I guess.